Hey, brand babies, I know y'all miss me because Emma's been gone for a hot minute, okay? I said I would come back in July and I didn't, but I am back in August and I am here for you. I promise I am. But let me tell you something. Grandma's got a brand new bag. I'm naming this podcast, or I'm renaming it after my book, Branding Boundaries and Bullshit. Because that's what I want to be about this second half of the year. Let's address some shit, especially when it comes to personal branding or branding in general. And I got a hot one today. It is about the piece with LeVar Burton and Lawrence Fishburn in a clip that was going around TikTok. It should have been going around everywhere, but it wasn't. So I'm going to talk about that today. How about that? So go ahead, grab a seat and don't spill the bourbon because you know that shit's too expensive.
Welcome to the Branding, Boundaries, and Bullshit podcast with your host, the ghetto country grandmother, but you can just call her Brandma. Brandma wants you to know that personal branding is not personal, it's business.
All right, sweethearts, come on in here because we on season 3, episode 1 of Branding, Boundaries, and Bullshit. And today I want to talk about LeVar Burton and Lawrence Fishburn. This is a clip that was from, what was it? From a movie called Clipped. I think the movie's actually called Clipped. It's about the dude, the racist dude. Oh, I'm trying to stop. Yeah, but I threw myself up, but I'm all right, babies. I'm all right. But it was a clip from that particular movie, and it's such a polarizing thing. What it was, have y'all heard of this book? And I actually had to go get a kid's book or not. I went and got that shit. But it's called what's the name of that book? The name of the book is Go the Fuck to Sleep. Have y'all heard of that book? Why didn't nobody tell me? That shit had me. I was like, that is all the things. I think every mother and father should have that book when them kids won't lay down and take their asses to sleep. But anyway, on this particular clip, that's what LeVar Burton was talking about. And it starts out with him talking about his first role as Kunta Kinte. And he's talking about the chains that he wore in that particular movie. And he says he has them hanging over his, they're hanging over his Emmys. And I don't even know how many dude has, but they're hanging over his Emmy. In this particular poignant piece, yes, I said poignant, that's a key. Look, yeah, it's been a minute. I did not rehearse, but we're going to get on through this. All right. LeVar Burton was talking to Lawrence Fishburne about his chains hanging over his Emmys. And he said that is a symbol of never forgetting what he is and what he's about and just basically his Blackness. Now, this is not a branding while Black kind of episode, but it speaks to how brands look at you. And he said he wants to look at himself as, you know what, I don't ever want to forget I'm a Black man. And that's just the gist of it. That's my translation of it. But it was so fucking powerful. As he proceeds to talk, he mentions this book. Now, y'all know he's all about the rainbow read and all that kind of stuff. I love me some LeVar Burton. I don't know all about him like I used to back in the day, but I still appreciate and value what he does as far as literacy is concerned. And when he talks about Go to Fuck to Sleep, he mentions that he read it at a charity. And because he read this book at a charity, one of his big brands dropped him. They dropped his ass because they didn't appreciate that book. I guess, I don't know what things they gave him, but yeah, they dropped him. And he said they were confused. Not that he ever said anything, but they were confused because they thought he was a safe Black man instead of a Black man full of rage. Look at that shit. Y'all don't know how mad some of us be walking around and still can be polite, respectful, civil, but the anger is still there. And so it's this whole thing of being a safe person, not just a safe Black person, but people will want you to be that safe space. And if that's not what your brand is about, why is that your responsibility? They took it for granted because no book like this had ever been written. So when he read it, it just threw them off their game. And the thing is that he's including a book that a lot of parents can relate to. We don't drink and smoke and do all the things in front of our kids or even in general when we're not in front of our kids because it's just not what we do. But damn it, we wish they would go to fuck to sleep. And for a brand to find irresponsibility in that, and that's what I'm thinking it is, they thought it was irresponsible for him to read it. It's like, seriously? You guys thought he was that safe. You never put any restrictions or boundaries or whatever on what he could read as far as your charity was concerned. Somehow you think him reading that book associated poorly with your brand. What the fuck? How is that a thing? It is not his responsibility to be safe for you. It's his responsibility to be safe for himself. Again, slave chains hanging over Emmys, a reminder of his constant blackness, as if looking in the mirror was not enough. So for this whole thing to be a thing, it's like a slap in the face. I know when I think I told you guys before, when I was asked to be on TV, when we're still in the restaurant business, when I was asked to be on TV, the one thing I did not want to be perceived as was the angry Black woman. When actually what I would have been was an angry Black wife. But it's that that was the thing for me. It was never about, you know what, how I viewed myself. I was allowing opportunities of television and getting our brand seen in front of a larger audience be hindered by folks that really don't give a shit about me. I ended up going into going into those different shows with Neil, what Man Fire Food and what was the other one? Great Food Truck Race or whatever. And in Great Food Truck Race, I was the angry Black woman. But it wasn't even about my Blackness. It was about the okie doke that they pulled on us when we got ready to do our thing. Now, why would you approach a brand? Big Mister was a whole ass brand. But why would you approach a brand knowing that they do barbecue, knowing they do low and slow barbecue? Y'all hear me? Yeah, I'm pausing. But why would you ask someone who does low and slow barbecue to be on something called Great Food Truck Race that has time limits on cooking or prep or whatever you want to call it? Because when they initially came to us, they said, you know what, you guys can do your barbecue. I said, we said that we would do stuff that didn't take as long to smoke, but we still wanted to smoke. So we get to the Sunday night before we leave for the show and all of these other things. And they said, oh no, you can't cook outside of the cook time of everybody else. I said, okay, then never mind. I won't go. Yeah. When I tell you all the pleas and pleads and everything like that came about, it was ridiculous because you had made you had told us, I ain't even gonna say you told us, okay, y'all can do that. Because we were gonna smoke fatties, and all smoking the fatty is chub breakfast sausage, put on the smoker with a little extra seasoning and sliced. Pig candy. Again, thick sliced maple bacon covered in cayenne, brown sugar, and some of our rubs smoking till you make bacon better. Quick cook. Even smoking burgers would have been a thing. But you guys wait to the Sunday night before we leave Monday morning. Oh, y'all can't do that. For real, for real? So we agree and go ahead and do the show. And I promise you, we were trying to get kicked off the first day. If them people hadn't tore up their truck, we would have been kicked off the first day because we didn't give a shit anymore. I wasn't trying to impress anybody on TV. And then there are all these other things that happen behind the scenes that they did not show you that they think make for great television. Now, if anybody's from LA and y'all know LA and y'all know the Valley, when we did that particular scene from when we were at the Strawberry Festival and we had trouble with our truck, sweetie, I was sitting on the side of the truck on them stairs. I was calling Uber to take me from the Valley all the way back to Long Beach because I was done. The producer got ready to tap me on my shoulder and said, don't touch her. Because I was hot like fish grease. Not only are you fucking up our brand, or not only did we allow our brand to be fucked up by making some shit that's not even on our menu, but now you're going to give me this janky ass truck. And it's like, oh, this is great television. Let's catch this scene. Are you kidding me? They set us up next to a farmer's market ran by a manager that we did not like because we came from the farmer's market. We knew the manager of that farmer's market. Oh my God, y'all can stand that bitch. But now I got to go and ask her permission to park our truck in front of her farmer's market, in front of her farmer's market booth. Ugh, y'all, shit will humble you for real. But that experience and how I did not see our brand in a great light. So when the producer came around to our spot, she drove out to Long Beach. She came to eat. She asked, why didn't we have that we had been on the Great Food Truck Race? Why in a fresh buck would I put that on my walls anywhere? I cooked food that is not on my menu. I only lasted 2 days and I wasn't even doing my fucking best. We still turned out some decent food, but it wasn't like what we would have served had we been given the time. And this is the thing about accepting shit. When you know your brand has a certain level of, and y'all know I don't use quality and customer service, but damn it, if you know you got a certain method to your madness, and somebody asks you to step out of that in order to be on TV or to be on anything, it's fucking with your brand. That's some bullshit right there. They don't care about your brand. They care about theirs. And that's what this particular show showed us. Now, had we had something that was quick cook, we would have done it. But everything that we did in our kitchen at that time was from scratch. We get up in the morning and the greens be in the big old pot with the smoked pork and all of that kind of stuff, mac and cheese from all these different cheeses and butter and sour cream and all of this stuff on the meat on the smoker at 4:00 in the morning. There was nothing that we did. Maybe the beans. Maybe that's the quickest thing we could have done. Maybe we should have served a bowl full of beans and that would have been it. But you did not give me an opportunity to shine. So why in the fuck would I make your shine in my spot?
Introducing Branding Boundaries and Bullshit by the one and only Brandma, Phyllis Williams-Strother. Hey, you there. Are you tired of all the boring personal branding stuff? Well, my mom, Brandma, has got you covered with her awesome new book. In this game changer, Brandma doesn't play by the rules. She's a rebel who says you don't have to fake it to make it. No more being a people pleaser, because it's time to get real. Look, my mom's been there, done that, just like Pitbull, except she was a multi-million-dollar restaurant owner. She's got all the stuff to let you know what's real and what's just okie doke. This book isn't for the corporate crazy. It's for the courageous, the genuine, and the unapologetic. It's about putting you first and not some fake customer pleasing it, because this is not the circus. Branding Boundaries and Bullshit is like a fist pump to those who refuse to conform. It's your map to discovering your YO uniqueness and owning it. So ditch the BS and start branding on your own terms. Get Brandma's book now and let your true self shine through.
This is the thing that when you mess with your brand, you're messing with your money. And you can't allow anybody to infringe on that. Even when we're talking about personal brands, because Neil and I, our personal brand was baked into our first business. And that was part of the problem. When we tried to separate ourselves from it, when we started doing the second restaurant, there was a lot of adjustment that needed to happen because people expect to see you. When your personal brand is so tied, like I know Ghetto Country Grandmother's tied to Brandma's house, but if I license it out and I go through this process of like, okay, let's figure out what your grandparent skills look like. Then it's no longer about me. It's still about Brandma's house. And so now I have these other grandparents. Why can't I talk today? See, this is why I've been missing y'all. My lips has been still too long. Oh, but anyway, to go out here and do this thing and to represent as a brand, especially when you're talking about your personal brand, you have to do it in a way, if your personal brand is going to stay tied to your business, then damn it, you got to make sure that it can make some money as well. I have things in place that I know that I want to do with the Ghetto Country Grandmother. I know certain brands or products or not services, but products and licensing that I want to do with the Ghetto Country Grandmother. I want this bitch to make me some money. That's her job. Anybody that has a problem with a personal brand that makes money, and I'm not talking about being a fucking influencer. That is not a brand. That is you being influential. Miss me with the bullshit. But to go out here and actually license my name on something where I'm getting royalty checks and not chasing brand deals, that's a different kind of money. That's residual money. That's money that you use your name once and you get paid over and over and over. That's money for your kids' kids, as long as that particular personal brand stays relevant. But it's that safe. Being that safe person, being that safe whatever person. Somebody might think you a safe nerd. They might think, oh, they can punk you and do whatever. And the stuff that they used to show us was kicking sand in your face. Oh yeah, they got you twisted. You got got them pegs up under them that pocket protector and all that kind of stuff. You fuck them. You give them what for. But they have this thing where they think you're safe. And people have this notion that they know you. And when you do a personal brand, well, the way I do personal branding, not as a popularity contest and all that bullshit, but when you do a personal brand for the purpose of marketing and making money, then you don't get all of me. When you see me out doing bullshit, it's like, because that's what I do in my life. That's not what I do to make my money. You want to call me out on it, you calling me out for living my best life. That ain't none of your business, but you're trying to make it your business. And then people want to make it news. They want to tell all these different things. We've all done some fucked up shit, some more than others. Some still trying to do the same fucked up shit, but do it low key, but then get mad when they get called out on it. Sweetheart, stop with the bullshit. You have to set boundaries around your personal brand as well as your business brand. Don't allow someone else to come in and tell you that, you know what, we would like you to be over here, but then we want you to change some things. How you gonna ask me to change my brand? I didn't ask you to change yours. I didn't come looking for you. You came looking for me. Now, if you go chasing shit, then yeah, you're gonna compromise your ass off and it's gonna be a shit show anyway. You're gonna give in to things and all of this stuff because you know what? It's all about the money. It's all about the Benjamins. And for folks like that, boo-boo, do you. But if you're trying to build a brand that has a reputation of being a certain way about a certain thing at a certain time, all that, then don't allow yourself to get caught up in the okie doke. Don't allow yourself to be aligned with shit that does not represent you well. Because your brand and your money is on the line. And so many of these people are trying to get you out here and not pay you, first of all. Oh, well, come be on our panel. There's a thing going around on LinkedIn, and I have seen it from at least 5 people. I ain't even gonna say a lot, but when you see it all the time, it seems like a lot. But I've seen it from at least 5 people that the way people are getting picked for panels for, was it SXSW? I think that's what it is that people have to go out and get votes. Are you fucking kidding me? Either you want them or you don't. But I see the game behind it because what it is it's giving marketing, free marketing to SXSW. And then it's making you do all the work. Please, that's some brilliant ass shit. I ain't mad at them for it. But I would not do it. I don't want you to vote for me so I can be on some panel. And most of y'all probably don't even know what the fuck I do and would vote for me. We ask people to do it all the time. Can you go vote for my best burger? Bitch, I ain't never had your burger. But we'll still go cast a vote for a friend, for a loved one, for an acquaintance, for an associate. So the vote is fake as fuck. There is so much out here that is causing us to lose money or to make us chase money. What that looks like, what it feels like, what it's about. I'm gonna get through this, y'all. I'm gonna get back on my game. It's about your brand, whether it's your personal brand or your business brand. If you're building a scalable personal brand, then that looks like, you know what? I got to market and endorse my business. I can't make it about me. The only time I start to make it about me is when I start looking for licensing deals, not brand deals. The boundaries around that personal brand means that I'm not going to let you pluck. What did my mom used to say? I'm not going to let you tear up my playhouse. Don't ask to put me on stages and in positions that don't compliment me, but only profit you. That's not my job. Now, if it's going to profit me to be put in a position to go make you some money, we both making money, all the better. But I have it on my media page. I have on there. Don't ask me to work for free when you're charging. No, that's not going to work. If you don't charge enough to be able to pay me and the hotel and the marketing team and whoever, then sweetie, maybe you shouldn't be trying to get someone like me. And I'm not even the most expensive. I was just reading, someone introduced me to, I don't have his name in, Marshall. Damn it, I can't think of his name. I can't think of his book. But it said that basically he's saying you're getting his book for 1/10,000th of what he charges. They said because a consultation or coaching with him costs $250,000. Now some of y'all think, oh, I should be able to charge at least 1,000 in. Sweetie, if you're qualified, you should be. But if your brand is fucked up, ain't nobody gonna pay you $1,000. You haven't shown that you're worth $1,000. But the fact that this man has put it out here, and evidently someone has paid him $250,000 for coaching, means they found him worth it. That's the bullshit part that we keep seeing. Everybody thinks they deserve what everyone else has. If your personal brand, how much are you charging to go do this? How much you charging for your books? Why are you worried about my pockets? What I charge ain't got shit to do with you because you don't know my bills. You don't know what I'm going through. You don't know if I'm even making it off of what I said I charge. I might be undercharging. What I charge should be the least of your concerns if you run your numbers. But again, bringing it back, and I'm going to wrap this up because y'all know I ain't going to hang out too long. This goes back to hanging chains over Emmys, being a reminder of what it is that you're about as a person. Now, how much of that you bring to your personal brand, sweetie, that's on you. But if big brands want to leave you because, oh, I thought you were safe. Baby, I'm a fucking walking trigger. Don't play with me. No. Whenever someone asks me to do something, even when people ask to work with me, if you came to me and said, well, could you not cost so much? Bitch, I will close the door in your face. This is my house. This is my business. I'm not trying to infringe on you. I'm not even asking you to fucking cuss. But this is how I do. I'm not trying to catch every word that comes out of my mouth. I know how to be tactful. That's a different thing. Profanity is only, what's the word I'm looking for? Profanity is only offensive to those who find it offensive. So, if you're offended, don't fucking listen. And I don't mean to keep cussing, but it just works. I'm sorry, it works. It's a thing. But I'm all about calling out branding, boundaries, and bullshit. That's what this last half of the year is going to be about for me. It's also about me being accessible. I created a new program. And I don't mean this. I hate talking about my shit sometimes. But I need to tell y'all, I created a new program about pay what you can. Because I want this last year to be about accessibility for some people. No, I'm not saying that you can pay what you can by coming in the door with $20. I'm just move on. That's like you cussing at me. But to be a bold brand baby, to step out here and do your thing on your terms, to not have to be a safe space for folks as an expectation. Let them know what they're working with before they even knock on your door. If they have the audacity to knock on your door and ask you to change how you do what you do or to tone down your brand, sweetie, send them packing. Don't let nobody rule your house. This ain't their game. This ain't their house. This ain't they nothing. This is how you work best. This is how you show up best. This is how you give what you want to give to the best of your fucking ability. Let's call out the bullshit. Stop asking people to change for us and make us comfortable. Be uncomfortable for a minute. You'll be all right. That's it. So I'm going to count it down, y'all. 5, bullshit happens, so suck it up. 4, your voice is important, so speak up. 3, you make the world a more beautiful place, so show up. 2, life is good, so buck up. And 1, I love you and ain't a damn thing you can do about it, so shut the fuck up. Peace and hair grease, y'all. I'm out.